Assalamu alaikum, dear parents, and greeting from Chubby Cheeks Nursery. Very warm welcome to you all. Thank you for joining us today. We deeply appreciate your time, your trust, and your continuous support. My name is Dania, and I'm the governor at Chubby Cheeks Nursery Group, and I will be hosting today's session and guiding you through our reopening plans, safety measures, and daily operations as we transition back on site. On the behalf of our leadership team, our educators, and every member of our nursery family, I would like to warmly welcome you back to your second home. Over the past few weeks, we have all navigated a period that brought us new routines and changes for both of our children and our families. Throughout this time, we remained closely connected in different ways, whether through distance learning or home support initiative or the satellite nursery program. We are truly grateful for the strong partnership we have shared with our parents during this period. Your flexibility, your trust, and your ongoing engagement have played a vital role in supporting your children's continuity and well-being. And today, we come together for a shared goal to ensure a smooth, safe, and a positive transition back into the nursery environment. Throughout this time, our focus has remained consistent and unwavering: the safety of every child, the well-being of our families, and the continuity and stability of early childhood experiences. Today, we come to you with a sense of reassurance and readiness. Following the guidance and approval from the KHDA, we are now prepared to safely resume our on-site operations from Monday, 20th April 2026. Today's session has been carefully designed to provide you with the clarity, transparency, and reassurance. Our intention in that is you leave this webinar feeling fully assured, confident in our approach, and clearly informed about your child's return to nursery. We are not simply reopening our doors, we are welcoming your children, our children, back into a safe, structured, and nurturing environment where they can continue to grow, learn, and feel emotionally secure. And that is exactly what we want every parent to feel. So welcome to our Parent Reassurance webinar. The safety, well-being, and emotional security of every child in our care remain our highest priority at all times. This webinar has been created to help parents and guardians to understand how our nursery procedures during a crisis period, how decisions are made, and what procedures staff follows, and how we work to protect, to comfort, and to support every child throughout the day. Our aim is to provide reassurance through clarity. We want every family to know that our staff are trained, our procedures are structured, and our response is built around calm, safety, supervision, and care. We don't want just parents to be informed, we want them to truly be reassured, knowing that your child is in a place where every detail is thoughtfully planned and every action is guided by care, safety, and responsibility. Now, to give you a clear picture of how we will walk you through this, let's take a look at what we will be covering in today's session. As you can see on the screen, this is a comprehensive framework, and each section has been designed to give you a clear and a complete understanding of how we operate. We will begin with our promise to our families and the guiding safety principles that shape every decision that we make. This sets the foundation of trust and consistency in our approach. We will then move into how to prepare your child emotionally for returning, how we operate under different safety conditions, and what your child's daily journey in the nursery looks like. This will help us understand both the emotional and the practical aspect of the day. We will also take you through our rapid response approach, especially within the first few minutes, our safe zones and the emergency preparedness measures, and how we ensure children's basic needs are consistently met even in unexpected situations. A very important part of our approach is we will get to know how we support children emotionally, how we manage the stress or challenging behavior calmly and safely, and how we use structured, quiet activity to help children feel secure. We will also cover the roles and the responsibility during any situation, our staff training and readiness, and how we maintain a clear, consistent communication with our parents. And finally, we will conclude with what happens after situations are resolved and a final reassurance to you as families. Now that we walk through the structure of today's session, let's begin with the most important foundation of everything we do is our promise to our families. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, our approach is guided by clearly defined commitments that ensure consistency, safety, and accountability at all times. These are the standards that shape how we operate every day and especially during periods that requires awareness and care. We are committed to the following at all times: putting children's safety and well-being first, following official guidance and instruction from the relevant authorities, operating with preparedness, calm and care, keeping children indoor and protected whenever required, ensuring staff are trained in emergency procedures, communicating with parents clearly, calmly, and responsibly, supporting children emotionally as well as physically, reviewing and improving our procedures continuously. These commitments are there to ensure that our approach is not reactive, but structured, prepared, and consistently focused on the well-being of each and every child under our care. Alongside our commitments to our families, our actions within the nursery are guided by a clear set of safety principles. These principles ensure that in any situation, our response remains consistent, controlled, and well managed. These principles forms the framework through which our team operates on a daily basis, ensuring that every response is guided and not reactive. In every situation, the following principle guides our actions. Children and staff safety comes before everything else. We follow official alerts only. We avoid windows, glass, open spaces, and exposed outdoor areas during the alerts. Children are never left unattended. Staff remains calm and give children a sense of safety and control. We use structured procedure rather than reacting in panic. We do not allow unofficial messages, rumors, or unverified information to guide actions. Our designated nursery leadership team manage all major decisions and official communication. These principles ensure that every action taken within the nursery is intentional, measured, and guided by the best practice. This allows us to maintain a safe, stable, and a well-managed environment for all of our children. Now that we have shared how our team is guided in ensuring safety and consistency, I would like to focus on something equally important, is your child's emotional readiness as they return back to the nursery. Returning to a familiar environment after a break can be a positive transition. However, each child may adjust in their own different way. Our role together with you as a parent is to ensure that this transition is gentle, supported, and reassuring. Every child may respond differently when returning after a break. A gentle settling in period is expected and is supported. It is completely natural for children to take some time to readjust in their routines and their surroundings. Our approach is not to rush the process, but to support each child at their own phase with patience and with care. These are a few simple and effective ways you can support your child at home. We would reintroduce daily routine like the sleeps, meals, and the morning rhythm. Speak positively about the nursery and teachers. Keep goodbyes short, calm, and reassuring. Allow children to express their feeling openly. These small and consistent actions help children feel more prepared, more confident, and emotionally secure as they return. It is also very important that we set realistic expectation during the first few days. So what to expect is some children may need extra reassurance in the first few days. Temporary emotions such as hesitations are completely normal. Within the nursery, we have structured our approach to ensure that every child feels supported. So we will be supporting in gradual and flexible settling approach, extra emotional support and comfort, familiar routines to rebuild a sense of security, and continuous communication with our parents. This means children are guided through their day with consistency, with reassurance, and with familiarity, helping them rebuild their sense of security naturally. A child who feels emotionally secure is able to settle, will be able to engage and thrive. And together, as a partnership between the home and between the nursery, we can ensure that this transition is positive and reassuring experience for every child. Now that we looked at how we support children emotionally and they return, let me take you into how we operate on a day-to-day basis under different safety conditions. To ensure clarity and consistency, our operations are guided by clearly defined safety labels, green and red. Green status, no alert, and it's a stable operation. During the stable period, the nursery will operate with readiness, no alert messages, indoor learning may continue as normal, morning assembly and the outdoor activities are suspended, staff complete the regular readiness checks, emergency kit registered, and the contact list are kept updated. Safe internal areas are identified and ready to immediate use if needed. This means that even on a normal day, we remain prepared. This allows our team to respond appropriately depending on the situation while maintaining the stability, the control, and the safety at all times. The red status, which is the active alert, during an active alert, all the activity stops immediately. Switch to distance learning and remote working. Parents are informed through controlled official communication. This stage is managed with urgency, but we always keep it with calm and structured. In such situation, our response is immediate, structured, and guided by the predefined procedures. There is no uncertainty in action. Every step is clearly mapped and executed with precision. This structured approach ensured that, regardless of the situation, our response remained consistent, prepared, and focused on safety always. Now that we have explained how we operate under different safety conditions, let me walk you through something very important from a parent's perspective, your child's journey throughout the day and how safety is managed at every single stage. We understand that for parents, reassurance comes from knowing that every moment of their child's day has been carefully considered. This includes not only the time at the nursery, but also when they're leaving home or during the journey. So before leaving home, if an alert is active before departure, your child should remain at home. Families wait for official all clear guidance. Distance learning or closure procedure may be activated if required. While traveling to nursery, if an alert occurs while a child is traveling, the journey should not continue. The child should move to the nearest safe covered location. Families should await official directions. At boarding of transport, if an alert occurs while boarding a bus or a school transportation, boarding stops immediately. Children are returned to parents or brought to the nearest safe location. While on bus, if an alert occurs in transport, the vehicle does not continue the route. Children are moved to the nearest safe indoor place where possible. Nursery leadership and parents are informed. Children remain supervised at all times. At drop-off or arrival, in normal condition, children will be entering directly into the premises. No outdoor gathering is permitted. No morning assembly is allowed. If an alert occurs at the gate or during handover, parents enter with the students immediately if entry is safe. Outside gathering and waiting outside the nursery is not permitted. During the learning time, if an alert occurs while children are in class, the activity stops immediately. Children move to the nearest safe zone. Staff keep them calm, seated low, and away from windows and glass. Head count begins immediately. During indoor play or break, if children are already inside, staff gather them quickly and move into shelter procedure as required. During dismissal, if any alert occurs before dismissal, dismissal is suspended. Children remain safely inside. If an alert occurs during dismissal, all release stops. Children will proceed to a safe place. Parents and children are asked not to remain in exposed area. After all clear, dismissal resume in a gradual and organized way. Controlled handover continues. Crowding at gates is prevented. Now that we walk you through your child's journey throughout the day, let us focus on one important critical aspect of our safety procedure, how our team responds in the first few minutes of any situation. The first few moments of any situations are always the most important. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, our staff are specifically trained to respond quickly, clearly, and with full control during this initial moment. This ensures that there is no delay in action and that every response follows a structured and practical approach. The first minute, we response and decision. Staff decides whether the safest action is to shelter or to evacuate. In the first minute, the focus is on immediate assessment and decision making. Our staff are trained to quickly identify the safest source of action based on the situation, whether to remain in a secure safe zone within the premises or to proceed with the evacuation. Second minute is children are calmly guided to the pre-designated safe room or safe routes. And the third minute is assembly and head count. Once the group is secured, immediate head count begins and any concerns are reported. The focus is always on fast protection, calm direction, and child accountability. At this stage, the priority is accountability. Every child is counted for and any observation are immediately communicated and addressed. This level of clarity and preparation ensure that in any situations, our response remain immediate, organized, and fully controlled. Now that we have seen how our team responds in the first critical minutes, let us take you look at the environment and the resources that supports this response. A key part of our safety framework is to ensure that the environment is fully prepared in advance. This means that every branch is equipped with clearly defined safe areas and essential resources ready to be used immediately. So we have a safe zone in each branch. Each branch has a designated safe zone, clearly identified, labeled, and known to all staff, located in secure internal areas away from windows and glass, designed to keep children protected, calm, and fully supervised. Also, we would have a go bags, or we call it a grab bag, in every classroom. Every classroom is equipped with a ready-to-use emergency bag, easily accessible and prepared for immediate use when needed. Each bag includes the first aid essentials, drinking waters, snacks, hygiene supplies, tissues, wipes or gloves, diapers and child-specific care items, basic medical support items within the safe zone. Additional supplies are available, including the first aid kits, water, and comfort and care items. Children remain safe, supervised, and supported at all times. This level of preparations allow us to respond with confidence while maintaining a calm and a secure environment for all of our children. How we care for children's basic needs during an emergency. Even in moments that required a safety response, children's basic needs remains our priority. Our approach ensures that children are not only safe, but also comfortable, cared for, and supported throughout. We plan for toileting, hunger, thirst, comfort, rest for younger children. Where possible, children use the nearest safe toilet. Emergency alternatives are used for younger children if needed. Water and emergency snacks are available. Feeding and comfort remain calm and supervised. Care does not stop, it continues in a structured and a thoughtful way. Every child remains supported both physically and emotionally throughout the experience. This ensures that children feel not only safe but also comfortable and reassured at every single moment in the nursery. Now that you have seen children's physical needs are supported, let us focus on something equally important as well, is how we support children emotionally during these situations. Children experience and express in different ways, especially when something feels unfamiliar or unexpected. Our role is to ensure that every child feels safe, feels reassured, and emotionally supported at all times. Our staff are trained to respond with warmth, care, and reassurance. We will be supporting children by staying physically close, using calm voice, keeping children together, avoiding frightening language, using short reassurance phrases, maintaining a structured and a routine as much as possible. Examples of supportive languages that we use: you are safe, I'm always here with you, we are staying together, and the adult will be keep on helping and assisting the children throughout. We keep it simple, we keep it clear, and a calm language helps children feel reassured and supported without creating any fear or confusion. Children feel safe when the adults around them are calm, they're present, and when they are reassuring. Our focus is to ensure that every child feels emotionally secured, supported, and cared for at every moment. So, at times, especially in unfamiliar situations or changing situations, children may express their emotions in different ways. Our approach is always to respond with understanding, calmness, and in an appropriate support. So some children may react to stress through crying, throwing some tantrums, refusal to move, hitting or biting or pushing or trying to run. In these situations, the staff will protect the child and the rest of the group, use a calm and simple instruction, avoid punishment or escalation, separate children safely where needed, ensure one adult supports the distressed child while another supervises the group. Our focus remains safety, regulation, and reassurance. Every child is supported with patience, with care, and professional understanding, ensuring both their safety and their emotional well-being are protected. Now that we have seen how we support children during moments of distress, let us look at how we actively create a calm and reassuring environment for them. In situations where children may need to remain in a safe area or wait calmly, our focus shifts to helping them feel settled, secure, and emotionally at ease. If children need to remain sheltered or wait calmly, staff may use quiet, regulating activities such as storytelling, soft singing, breathing exercises, counting games, grounding activities, familiar reassurance routine. These are used to support emotional stability and to reduce the fear. Our aim is to create an environment where children feel safe, not only physically, but also emotionally through calm interaction and familiar experiences. Through this approach, we will ensure that the children remain settled, remain supported, and emotionally secured at all times. Now that we have seen how we create a calm environment for children, let us take this one step further and look how we will support their emotional well-being through. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, our approach is to safety extend beyond physical protection. We place equal importance on children's emotional well-being, and our staff are trained in a simple, effective psychological first aid principle. We do not only protect children physically, but we also care for for their emotional well-being. Our staff use a simple psychological first aid principle. First is look, to observe students for signs of distress or emotional reaction. Check the surrounding environment to make sure it is safe and identify anyone who may need assistance. Second is listen. Listen calmly to children who need comfort and reassurance. Lastly is to link. Connect the child to appropriate support such as the nurse, leadership, parents' communication through the approved channels. These are the key principles. Children take their sense of safety from adults around them, which is why our staff are trained to remain calm, composed, and in control at all times. And this is essential on how we support emotional well-being across the nursery. Through this structured approach, we ensure that every child feels seen, every child is heard, and every child is supported. Now that we explored how we support children emotional well-being, let us look at how we will ensure that every child, including those who may require an additional support, is also cared for with the same level of safety, planning, and attention. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, we believe that every child deserves a safe, supportive, and an inclusive environment. Our approach ensures that children of determination and those with additional need to receive the personalized and well-planned support at all times. For children with motor difficulties, evacuation buddy identify in advance. The evacuation chair used were available. Staff remain with the child if movement is unsafe until further supports arrive. Children with visual impairments, clear verbal guidance throughout, calm physical guidance if needed, child never left unaccompanied. Children with hearing impairments, visual alerts and hand signals are used, direct eye contact maintained, staff confirms understanding before moving. Children with autism or sensory needs, visual support and PECS cards kept in the room, communication kept calm, short and predictable, noise cancelling headphones used where appropriate, named adult remains with the child as far as possible. These strategies will help maintain familiarity, reduce sensory overload, and ensure that child feels secure and supported. Every child will be supported in a way that meets their individual needs with care, with planning, and with professional understanding. Now that we have seen how every child is supported, let us take a closer look at how responsibilities are clearly defined within our team. In any situation, clarity of roles is essential. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, every member of the team has clearly defined responsibilities, ensuring that actions are coordinated, efficient, and well managed at all times. For the ECC manager, or the site leader, she's responsible for the major decision, authorizing shelter, evacuation, or resumption, effectively communicating all required protocols procedure to parents, ensuring training, drills, and documentations are completed. For teachers, they're responsible for on-site leader. They manage the evacuation calmly and direct students to safe evacuation routes if needed. They are the protector and guide, ensure that all children are evacuated from classroom and facilities. They are the communication link. They communicate effectively with the nursery leadership and emergency response team to report on student status. First responder, they provide the basic first aid and initial psychological support to children. For our support staff, they are responsible for helping children move safely, supporting transitions, corridors, and entry points, assisting with access routes and practical movement. In regards to the nurse, she will be responsible for the first aid, monitoring vulnerable children, supporting distress and medical escalation, coordinating medical response where required. By practicing these different scenarios, our team is prepared to respond to a wide range of situations, ensuring that actions remains calm, remains controlled, and appropriate. And this confidence is what allow us to maintain a safe and a stable environment for all of our children. This continuous training will ensure that our staff remains ready, responsive, and fully equipped to support every child. Now that we have seen how our team prepares and responds, let us look at what happens once situation has been resolved. Before that, we will go into the staff training and the readiness. So, after you got the roles and the responsibility clearly defined, we will look at how our team is trained and how they are prepared to carry out these responsibility effectively. Our staff are trained and prepared. They rehearse the evacuation routes, the shelter routes, assembly points, emergency roles, first aid basics, support for distressed children, support for children with additional needs, emergency handover and communication procedures. Training scenarios include sudden alarms, panic during evacuation, ensure child during movement, alert during drop-off, alert during dismissals, emergency support for children of determination. Now we will move on what happened when the situation has been fully resolved. Our responsibility does not end once a situation has passed. In fact, this is where careful follow-up and structured process becomes equally important. Once the danger has passed, our response continues carefully. We follow these steps. One is a controlled return. Children return only when authorized by leadership. Final head count. All children, staff, and visitors are recounted. Documentation. Incidents, timings, actions, injuries, and communication are recorded accurately. Parents update. Families received approved factual follow-up communication by the branch manager. Ongoing support, activate psychological support for any distressed children. Children who may need additional reassurance will continue to receive the emotional support even after the situation has ended. The care will continue, and even after the situation is resolved, our focus remains on ensuring the safety of every child and to ensure that every child is supported and reassured throughout the entire process. Now that we have seen how we manage the situation from beginning to resolution, let us focus on one of the most important elements for families. We understand that during any situation, communication becomes one of the most important source of reassurance for families. What parents need the most in these moments is not just the information, but they need they need an accurate and a timely communication that they can trust. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, communication is carefully managed, structured, and led by clear protocols to ensure the consistency and reliability at all times. Our communications principles are official channels only, clear, calm, factual messages, updates before, during, and after an incident where possible, practical guidance on what parents need to do next. What we do not do is share rumors, send unconfirmed updates, allow unofficial staff messaging, release children without confirming authorized handover, issue all clear message without leadership authorization. This approach ensures that all the communication that you would receive is verified, is consistent, and aligned with the official guidance, so that you will never left uncertain and always supported with the clear directions. Our priority is to ensure that you feel informed, reassured, and confident, knowing that communication is always handled with care, with responsibility, and transparency. As we come towards the end of today's session, I would like to leave you with a final reassurance. Everything we have shared today, from the safety procedures to the daily operation to our emotional support for children, is built around one clear and consistent priority. It is your child's safety, your child's well-being, and a sense of security. Please be assured that your child's safety, well-being, and emotional comfort remain at the heart of everything we do. Our team is here to care, to guide, and support your child with calmness and attention throughout the day. Clear and thoughtful procedures are in place to ensure children are always protected, supervised, and reassured. We respond to every situation with care, responsibility, and a focus on keeping children calm and secure. You will always receive a clear, timely, and honest communication from us. We continuously review and strengthen our practices to ensure that we are providing the safest and the most nurturing environment possible. Our goal is not only to keep children safe, but to keep them feel happy, secure, and in a place that feels like home. And with that, we come to the end of today's session. Once again, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. We truly value your presence, your trust, and your continuous partnership. We sincerely hope that you are leaving this session feeling reassured, confident, and well prepared for your child's returns to the nursery. At Chubby Cheeks Nursery, we do not take your trust lightly. We understand that when you send your child to us, you are placing in our care what matters most to you. And we carry that responsibility with the highest level of commitment, highest level of professionalism and care. We look forward to welcoming your children back to a place where they are known, cared for, and truly feel like home. We will now keep this session for another 10 minutes. If you have any questions or require any further clarification, please feel free to share them in the chat box. I will be more than happy to respond and support you further. We are here for you. We are here for your children every step of the way. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you very soon back at your child's second home. Thank you.